Hi Cancer, welcome to your June 2020 reading. Thanks for joining me. My name is Michelle. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Special welcome to my podcast listeners on Apple and Spotify. Cancer, let's take a look at your reading for June. Overall for you, I'm getting an essence of an uncomfortable awakening. For you, I get... It feels to me like you've had some kind of wake-up call or revelation. And this has made you feel disappointed, actually. And it's wanted you to recapture something. I feel like I'm speaking to a Cancerian here who has reached a certain point in their life where things don't feel like they've reached their fullest potential, or you don't feel like you've reached your full potential. And it may be getting you down. The way that you're reacting, though, to this, and Cancer, it may not be you, it could be someone around you, is by trying to search for this happiness, this playful energy, by involving yourself in something that feels good in the moment, but is delaying true transformation and change. When I look at this reading, I see the card of Persephone, and Persephone is about awakening, adulthood, the journey from child to adolescence to young adulthood to middle age to older. And I feel like this is someone who's going through one of those transitions in life. And it's during those times that we can't escape realizations, hard truths. We all have to take that journey. It can be a rude awakening at times, but it's an awakening nonetheless. So this is one of those times, Cancer. You may have recently begun a new phase in your life. And while there can be excitement, there's also reality kicking in, reality making themselves known. Things could be becoming clearer. And that's not always easy, but it nevertheless is empowering. So what once was your reality is changing, and it may feel very unstructured at the moment, but it's important to understand that this awakening does represent your growing awareness. So there's a feeling around this reading of moving on in life. Your eyes opening, moving on with a greater sense of power, with a greater sense of understanding. And it's as a result of ridding yourself of some kind of, it could be something that was a notion or an illusion. It could have been something that was fantasy, and instead discovering wisdom. So let's see where this goes. I see the card of the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We also have the Two of Swords in reverse and the King of Cups in the reverse. And this is unhappiness. This is feeling stuck. This is feeling conflicted about change, what happiness means. I do get, Cancer, that you are led by that watery side, that emotional side, but when that watery energy is blocked, kind of like the dam being blocked and the river can't go through, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like there's a lot of pent-up emotional energy around you that could be coming out in a very negative kind of way, as moodiness, as distancing, or even a feeling here of self-pity, or even taking it out, maybe not on other people, but taking it out on yourself, beating yourself up, maybe resorting to addictions or resorting to comforts that are not good for you in order to overcome this feeling of pent up I feel it's something that feels dammed up, something that you want to get out, something that needs to be released, and it's emotional. There's an emotional quotient to that. Now, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Star in reverse, and the King of Swords, I feel it's you kind of being resigned to a situation that you're not very happy with. It could be a workplace or a partnership that you feel isn't your truth. I get that this workplace or this partnership feels like it doesn't give you the recognition that you feel is yours or should be yours. It doesn't feel rewarding. It feels like it's not the dream. This isn't the dream. So I feel like I'm talking to a Cancerian who's in a career or somewhere where they feel this isn't the dream. And you're putting up with it though, putting a brave face on it and taking responsibility. You know, that King of Swords speaks to me about someone who, regardless of what they feel inside, does their duty. So I feel that you're very dutiful, you do what needs to be done, but there's no feeling involved. The King of Cups here is also an essence of you, whether you're male or female, and that's the emotional side. There's no feeling here, so it feels like you're disconnected from your emotions. Cancer, it feels like you've distanced yourself emotionally, and you may be coming across as moody, distant or cold, or just very authoritarian. So very difficult to get to know, difficult for people to approach you. Yeah, I get this as you with this Two of Swords in reverse, as kind of putting up these swords pointing out at people, saying, you know, don't come close to me. Don't come close, don't come near. Yeah, whether you're aware of it or not, Cancer, I get you as someone who's putting up distance. And it feels sharp. I think that for you, if anyone says anything that you don't agree with or rubs you the wrong way, you tend to lash out. It's reactionary with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, because you don't feel like you're in control. You don't feel like things are moving or changing, and for you, and there's this energy of being stuck with something that you're not very happy in, but doing the duty, you know, going about day-to-day life, getting it done. With Death in reverse, with Persephone, and I see the devil even here. You know, the story of Persephone, if you don't know it, I will tell you the story. Persephone, she was the daughter of Demeter and Zeus. And one day while she was out picking flowers, Hades, king of the underworld, rode his chariot out from the underworld. He kidnapped her and he took her as his queen. Now her mother spent years looking for her, and of course her mother, the Empress, was associated with growth. And of course, while she was not doing her duty, vegetation died, so the earth was barren. Now eventually Zeus sent Hermes to take Persephone back to her mother, but Hades tricked her into eating the seeds of a pomegranate. And I see this as here, the Page of Wands and the Devil. That's kind of the seeds of play, but taking it to an extreme, right? There's nothing wrong with playful energy. It's happy, it's fun. But once you bite that seed, you can't walk it back. It feels like that. Now, because Persephone ate the food of the underworld, the pomegranate, she had to spend a portion of every year in the underworld. So thus we have winter. But whenever Persephone returns to the underworld, the earth becomes cold and barren. Yeah, that's winter. Now Persephone may have been forced to become queen, but she actually took to the role quite well. And she became the mistress of both worlds. And she holds the wisdom of both the underworld and the exterior world within her. She journeys through the underworld and returns to the surface. So in a sense, she dies and is reborn every year, like the vegetation. like rebirth, like the seasons pass. It's that rebirth cycle. But with death in reverse, I see this as resistance to going through that cycle fully. Fear associated with bringing about change, keeping things as they are, even though you're very unhappy. And when I look at these cards, I have, for the benefit of my podcast listeners, I have the card from the Divine Animals Oracle, I have the card of Dolphin, which means happiness. And from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, I have the Dolphin card, which means happiness. So for you, it's a double energy here. Dolphin energy, of course, you can't not be happy when you see a dolphin. But happiness isn't a continuous state. But it's worthy to seek happiness, of course. But you have to know what makes you truly happy and do more of that. Happiness has everything to do with your reaction rather than what happens to you from outside sources. If you place your happiness solely in the hands of other people, and if you live your life for other people, then you'll be disappointed. So it's recognizing, number one, what makes you truly happy, doing more of that, and when it comes to things that don't make you happy, this more of this duty kind of energy that I'm picking up around you, Cancer, it's doing less of that. And reacting, how you react to things. Maybe you don't have to do as much of this duty. Maybe you need to focus on doing more of what brings you this happiness. But the problem that I see around this is that someone's created, could be someone around you, Cancer, someone's created this energy of, because of fear of this change, fear of creating change in their life, just being stuck and saying, oh well, I'm not going to do anything about it, leads them into this pathway where they kind of get stuck in this underworld energy, being around people who are not good for them. I feel that's someone around you, Cancer. It could be a younger person. I get that this person's fun. They're a lot of fun, but they're actually quite a difficult person and dangerous. I feel like the energy around this is, this person feels like they have, it kind of feels like an escape, or it feels like something that you do to get out of this stuck situation, but it creates more stuck energy. So it's like you're trying to create change in your life, but by doing it this way, you actually end up more stuck. I don't know why I feel that, but that's the essence. And then it feels to me like you have to spend part of their time with this person. I'm getting this message from Spirit here, Cancer. This will only be for some of you, but it seems like you're in a situation already. It could be either a job or a relationship that isn't working, but it feels like it's your duty, so you stick to that. You kind of put up with it, it's kind of keep calm and carry on, even though you don't feel any emotional attachment to that anymore. Meanwhile, you've got this playful person around you who I think may be younger than you, or it could even be a family member that is creating some kind of energy of something that leads to even more codependence. Now, for some of you, there may be a child involved. I'm getting that from Spirit. This could be a child that's been around for a while, or it could be somebody or it could be a baby, it could be a newborn, and that also keeps you stuck. So let's see where this goes. I'm going to get the Lenormand deck. That won't be for everyone, of course, but it seems to me like there may be an energy around this of a child or childlike energy that keeps you even more entrenched. So be mindful of that if that's not what you want. It's kind of like Persephone there, and I see this devil card as representative of the underworld, and her going down into the underworld, partaking of the fruit, if you will, with that page of wands, and that could be the fruit, it could be youthful passion, and thereby having to spend, because she took that fruit, having to spend part of the time there, or getting stuck, so that it has an energy of danger associated with it and getting stuck. So if you don't want to get stuck with that, this is a warning not to take it there, not to take it to that place where, for some reason I feel like there could be a child, or the potential of a child around it. Okay, let's see. And that just creates even more of an energy around you of not being able to go about bringing real change into your life. Just more responsibility, I feel, more duty, which is not what you want, obviously. I think that you entered into that, or you will enter into that just for play, just to feel that sense of joy, of fun, which it doesn't feel like in this job you have. Could even be someone in the workplace. So let's see, we'll see what that Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. We've got the lilies. So this has been a long-standing thing, this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You've put up with this for a long time, Cancer. Now I've got the man here with the Two of Swords in reverse. I get that as your energy. And it's growth. I feel it speaks to me of someone who is maturing from one part of life to the next phase of life. And we also have the Scythe with the King of Cups in reverse. So for you, what I'm getting around that is it's a sudden revelation of the passage of time. It's kind of like one day you look in the mirror and you think, well, where did the time go? I had things that I wanted to do in my life, and I haven't been, time's gotten away from me. Okay. Now the Three of Pentacles in reverse, we've got the mice. I do get that this is this work situation where it feels like it's a bad atmosphere. I get really negative people there. I get these people don't really appreciate you. And it seems to me like what's really eating away at you is that this isn't really what you want to be doing. It isn't where you want to be. But now you feel that you can't get out of it. So that this staying in this situation is just gnawing away, and it's creating the thing is, Cancer, if this keeps up, it could create some kind of illness. So there's a need here to heal, to get your health back, to recognize that. Staying in this unfulfilling environment where you just feel like it's drudgery because you don't think you can get out of it is debilitating. Now, with the Star in reverse, we've got the Fox. Now, I feel that that's you. Seems to be in a workplace. There's a lack of motivation, a lot of disappointment here, and I feel that you're looking for escape. So this seems to bring about this opportunity around this Page of Wands, which is an escape route. It's an escape, you think, but I'm picking that up as entrapment. So even making you more trapped. So the escape here seems to be potentially damaging. Now the King of Swords, I've got you here with the Moon. So the thing is, you have dreams. You have this energy around you of this King of Cups, but you keep it to yourself. On the surface, you come across as quite brusque. You come across as someone who is moody. I get moods. So people are a little bit wary around you. And I get a feeling, I get a feeling that when it comes to your nights, your dreams, you dream of something else. It's a dream about you, a dream of what you wanted your life to be, I think, Cancer. And that's where this dolphin energy comes in. That's where you see this happiness. But it's not reality. I feel it's dreams. It's you think that it's illusion. So you dream about it. And you dream about escaping this drudgery. Now the Death card in reverse, we've got the letter. So there has been some kind of correspondence. I'll look at that further. Let's take a look at the Page of Wands. We've got the Tower. I feel that this is a lot to do with ego. I do think that this might be in the workplace for some of you. And we've got the key with the Devil. So yeah, it's escape. It's ego validation. It gives you that spring in your step, something to pass the time, to get you through this work drudgery. It's an escape. But it's very toxic, I feel, because I think that this person that is around you that's a bad influence, I actually feel that there's an energy around this person of they're becoming annoying. They might be texting you a lot, Cancer. Let's see, what is this letter? What is this letter? I feel this is someone around you in the workplace. They're very playful, but now I think, yeah, we've got the fish with letter. I think this person sends you a lot of texts, like they're constantly texting you, and it's starting to get really annoying. Okay, so it seems like, Cancer, you've gotten involved with something. Feels a little dangerous. Could be an affair for some of you, not all of you. This person has an element of danger. It may be an element of what you shouldn't have, that kind of thing. But once you've tasted that fruit, then you can't really get rid of them. And it brings about part of this energy of this winter time in your life. And it was something that you're looking to, it was an escape, but now you're looking to escape the escape. So it's only made things worse. So if you haven't already done this, Cancer, it's a warning not to get involved with someone who feels a bit dangerous, because they're going to become a problem. And I think you're going to want to distance yourself from this person and escape from them and go about this more a free energy with these dolphin cards. You know, happiness, what happiness truly is. It's really an important thing for you to think about. When I look at this card, these dolphins are playing this beautiful sunshine. So the sun. Traditionally, of course, it's been associated with happiness, joy, hope, enlightenment, illumination, truth, warmth. But sunlight is a very expansive force. When something is heating up by the light of the sun, it enlarges. And without the energy of the sun, things contract. So the sun carries the deepest energies of expansion in life. So to receive this card is to know that you're expanding. So that's the thing. When we think about Persephone and this awakening, it seems to me like there has been something that you didn't see, something that you didn't see clearly, and because you're in this darker energy, the sun energy couldn't get through. So things were contracting in your life. Things were blocked. Things were not growing. There was no expansion. But look what happens when the clouds part and you let the sun in, when the confusion clears. That's when there's this expansion, and that's where there is joy. So opening yourself up to signs which you may be receiving in dreams or intuitively, and letting this gateway open to more joy, more happiness, expanding your life, looking at emerging opportunities. And it's a time to get out, to love deeply, fully embrace life. The only thing you want to do here is to make sure that you do it in a way that is measured, not going to extremes, not taking things too much, because I get here there's been a lot of darker, wintry kind of energy. I think that for you there's a real need to get healthy, because I am picking up this kind of feeling like something that needed to be cleansed within. And for some of you, it is an energy here of something that feels really, really damaging to your health. And it seems to be in the workplace. And for some of you, it's an actual person. Not all of you. So I think that you went towards this. It was an escape. But now you're looking to escape from that. So where does it end? Well, it ends with you taking the path that feels like it's your true happiness. It's truly going to bring you joy, not half measures. Because this feels like a half measure. It didn't really bring you joy. It actually brought you more problems. So getting away from that now and going towards something that is your true joy, your true happiness. And I get sunshine, getting out of this darker energy. Persephone coming up from the underworld here, emerging, awakening with this new life, and enjoying, getting out there and doing the things that you enjoy. And it starts with dreams. It starts with daydreams, but then it lends itself to awareness, ideas, putting those ideas into action plans, and then following them through, without doing these half measures, which are getting you nowhere here, Cancer. So let's see, I'm going to get one more card, and I'm going to get it from the Twin Tarot Oracle. Message for Cancer, please. What does Cancer need to hear? Message for Cancer. What does Cancer need to hear? Oh, I jumped out. We've got the Sun in reverse. Yeah, as I said, there's been this winter, this darkness, this feeling of no growth around you, and this is opening up to new growth. The Sun in reverse just means it's gone behind a cloud. Now that cloud seems to have lasted a little bit. I do get an energy here of it's been a little while here. So there's been a feeling of haziness around you. But for you, it's not focusing on the darkness, the gloominess. I do get that there's a feeling here of strengthening sun. So it's like the sun is just hidden behind the cloud a little bit. But once those clouds fully part, then that full warmth comes shining in, and that's when you know. That's when this energy of knowing what's going to bring you happy comes in. So the full strength and heat are being weakened by a dulling haze. And I get that as you at the moment here, Cancer. So your life, or some part of it, doesn't seem to be shining as clearly or as brightly. But the card is actually reassurance that just as the heat and power of the sun's rays eventually burn through any haze, the complete light and clarity that you seek will soon be yours. And this includes any project that you may be wishing to bring about. As long as you're not fearing putting yourself out there, not fearing the shine, not fearing the full light of the sun on you. If you keep yourself hidden, if you keep yourself in the dark with that moon energy, keep yourself kind of hiding in this environment which feels like duty and not happiness, then there won't be growth. There won't be potential for future success. Because I do feel like I'm speaking to a Cancerian who's looking in the mirror saying, where has the time gone? And there's a sense here of urgency, because I think that you're going from one phase of life to the next, and it's something that you want to bring about in your life that hasn't been to this point, or you don't feel like it's been shining as brightly as it should be. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Cancer, and wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Thank you very much for watching. Special thank you to my podcast listeners on Apple and Spotify. Please be sure to check out my YouTube channel, Gypsy Insights by Michelle. And of course, if you're watching here on YouTube, press that thumbs up button before you go. It really does make a difference. Share me on your social media. Get the word out. And also, if you're a newcomer, please do press that subscribe button. I'd love to have you. Wishing you the best with this, Cancer. Please take care and bye for now.